All right, guys, I've got my surfboard here and I've got a small crack in the rail. It's not too big, but it will let water in, so let's go ahead and repair it and keep my board in good shape. Let's go. Okay, so this is the Dingall polyester repair kit. It's got kind of all that you need to do basic repairs, whether you're dealing with something that requires a big hole to be filled or just something superficial like we're dealing with here. This is the Q-Cell filler. This is the resin. You got your little mix cups here. You got your little popsicle sticks. This is the catalyst or the hardener. So it makes the resin harden. This is a sun cure. This is for if you're doing something quick in the field and you just want to slap something on there, put a little plastic over it and cure it in the sun. Great for things like surf trips and things like that. This is your fiberglass. You'll be using this with the resin to create your repair. And then some little pieces of plastic for like the sun cure. And then also you've got some basic sandpaper here. And these little stickers help with the plastic when you're doing the sun cure. So that's kind of what's all in the kit. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get the fiberglass cloth. Essentially what you wanna do is you just wanna kind of measure it out over your spot. And you wanna cut the cloth to well overlap your repair here. So this is your repair area. You want it to overlap beyond that so that you can sand it down and make it look all nice and clean. So I'm kind of getting the gist of it, and I'll cut out a little pattern for that. There. Kind of found that kind of rounding out the edges seems to help it kind of lay down smooth. All right, next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get out the sandpaper they've included, and I'm just gonna lightly sand the area around the repair. Basically what you're doing is you're kind of scuffing it up a little bit. You're getting rid of any pieces of fiberglass that might be popping up on your repair. You're not going too nuts, just enough to get the area. Okay, here we go. You have the glass cut. You have prepared the area. Now you've got your mix cup, you've got your resin, you've got your catalyst, and you've got your mixing stick. And basically, I don't need very much resin for this job. So what it does is they tell you how much hardener to put in per 1 ounce of resin. In typical weather, it's about 10 drops of hardener. If you put in too little, it'll take forever to harden. And if you put in too much, you have to work very quickly. So normally you would do 1 ounce, 10 drops. I'm gonna do about ½ ounce, and so I'll do 5 drops. And let's go ahead and just fill this up here. Might even do less than that. Yeah, it's about ½ ounce. I'm gonna take out the hardener, and you're gonna do 5 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Comes out fast. Maybe there was a 6th one in there. Just go ahead and mix it around. Just get your catalyst going all in there. Just get it all nice and mixed up, and basically, all right, it's doing it. Let's put this on. Just put a little bit of resin on my repair area. And I find the reason why I like to do this is because it just helps it to stick a little bit. Now this is where it gets a little messy. Basically, you just lay that right down on there. There you go. You can kind of see it just gluing itself down. Now, the thing that I've found with these types of, when you're using actual fiberglass cloth, is be generous with the resin. The first few times I did it, I put very little. And what happens is when your repair is done, you really see the threads of the cloth. Just looks a lot better when you just really soak it. So just really be generous. Don't be afraid. And just remember, anything that you don't want on there, we'll just sand off at the end. All right? Okay, so I let my repair cure overnight. It's nice and hard. You just want to make sure that it's not tacky at all, and it is dry and hard. I also put some painter's tape around the repair. Essentially what I do that for is just so that as I'm sanding, it kind of gives me a guide to know where the repair is, and also just so that I don't sand down too hard on the board itself. I'm gonna go ahead and start with the sandpaper that came with the repair kit. It's probably like in an 80 grit range. So let's go ahead and get started.
Now when you're starting out, you got a lot of material up there, so you can kind of be aggressive about it and really just start taking it down. There we go, we're kind of just taking it down. I love the way the dust looks when it's coming off. I might speed this along so you don't have to sit here and watch me do this. A little meticulous. Yeah, the key to sanding the repair down is just confidence, just getting in there and being confident with it. My first few repairs I did, I was pretty nervous and it took forever, and to be honest, I never sanded enough. I always left kind of a bit of a bump there, and you really just want to take it down so that it, the repair just slowly disappears. So it's normal to be a little nervous your first time, but just be confident. You got this. It's gonna look great. It's looking pretty good now. I'm gonna go ahead and go to a finer grit, 220, just something I got at any traditional hardware store. Nothing special. What's great is, as I'm finishing this repair, the ding is basically disappearing. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and just peel off the tape. And just a light sanding around where that tape was in case any resin was up against it. Now use your hand to feel if there's any high spots. It looks pretty good. Got a little paper towel with a little water on it. Allows me to kind of just clean it up. You kind of see what it is. Gets rid of all those, it kind of looks like it's getting scratched when you're sanding. I know that can be a little worrisome, but once you run a wet rag over it, it just goes right away. So there it is. That is watertight. It is closed. That's looking pretty good. This is the ding all repair kit that I used. I've got a link down below. Good luck.